are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm fine.
Hi, this is Melinda Roy. Welcome to one second. Welcome to day three Virtual Summit 2026. So so are you excited to share your presentation with Global Virtual Summit 2026?
Yes, I'm very excited to share.
So, so before you start your presentation, I would like to introduce you to the audience. So, who you are, your accomplishments. So, welcome on stage, Dr. Kalisha. So, Dr. Kalisha Henlon is a globally recognized feminine energy and mindset relationship coach and founder of Kahan Coaching, dedicated to empowering individuals to unlock their full potential. Through her expertise in mindset transformation, emotional intelligence, and relationship building, she helps clients embrace authenticity, cultivate thriving relationships, and lead with purpose. As the sought after speaker, she delivers transformative, action oriented insights that inspire global healing, empowerment, and authentic leadership. She is from Tokyo, Japan. That's a beautiful country, right?
Yes, it really is. It's very beautiful here.
If I get an opportunity, definitely I will meet you, Dr. Kalesha, in Japan.
Thank you.
So, yes, that was a really great introduction with Dr. Kalesha. So, yes, the stage is all yours. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that warm welcome. It's now 10:38 in the night, so I'm very excited to have this talk with the audience. I wish I could see everyone so I could relate a little more, but I'm very excited to present my talk today. Let me share. Okay, great. All right, so hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Kal, and it's an honor to be here with you today, sharing in this space with so many incredible women that have spoken over the past few days. I had gotten a chance to see some of the speakers, and it has been wonderful so far. So I hope that you also have been having a wonderful time because we are leaders, we are partners, mothers, creators, and innovators. So I really hope that you're enjoying these sessions with us. So, for generations, we have been told that to succeed, especially in the worlds of business or leadership, we must adopt a certain kind of energy, an energy that is often described as aggressive or competitive or relentlessly driven. So, this is what we typically call masculine energy. It's about doing, pushing, and receiving and achieving. And while that energy has its place and power, relying on it alone leaves half of our strength untapped. So today, I want to talk about something that is very passionate to me, and that is feminine energy. I want to talk about the powerful, essential force that resides within all of us, and that is our feminine energy. So, my talk today is empowering transformation through feminine energy, unlocking mindset mastery for thriving relationships and leadership. So, the first thing I want you to understand is that this isn't about choosing one energy over the other. It's not about choosing masculine or feminine energy. It's about a combination, it's an integration. It's about unlocking a part of you that may have been quieted, and in so doing, we have forgotten how to transform this energy in our everyday life. Okay. Okay. So Many people often ask why I chose to be a feminine energy and mindset relationship coach, because we have feminine energy and we have a mindset relationship. But I thought it was very important to combine the two. So that's why I became a feminine energy and mindset relationship coach. So, have you heard before? I moved to Japan from Jamaica 5 years ago. And one thing I realized that no matter what country you're living in, feminine energy is important. It is important. So many people often ask, what is feminine energy? And if you have been, well, looking at the media recently or lately, you would see many people talking about feminine energy and masculine energy. So, what is this feminine energy? What I want you to understand is it's not about being girly or passive, and it's not about, it's not specifically for males or female. What we need to understand that it is totally different. So feminine energy is the energy of being, just being, not doing anything. It is creative, intuitive, collaborative, and nurturing. So feminine energy allows you to be a nurturer. It's the magnetic pull that draws people in towards us. It's the empathy that builds bridges and the wisdom that sees the bigger picture at times. It is a quiet confidence that does not need to shout to be heard. I have clients in many different countries, and the question is always the same: how can I get my partner to value me in the relationship? And this is something I'm sure most of us would have learned the hard way, but I'm hoping my talk today will open the conversation so that we can improve our relationships. For too long, these qualities that have been labeled soft skills are have been undervalued in professional settings. But what if I told you that our greatest that is one of our greatest strategic advantage? So I want to share, see, I want to share what is my main reason for becoming a feminine energy and mindset relationship coach. So these are topics I discuss on my webinars, and I write on my blogs and publish in my books. So I started my journey in Jamaica 2006. That's over 20 years ago. So I've had workshops, webinars, and I've published many books, and I've had online and in-person coaching sessions. If you asked me over 20 years ago if I would be here today, I honestly can't say that this is the path I would have taken. But we all learn by doing and or failing to do, right? So this is how my journey started. And I'm sure we've all been in relationships and we can't just seem to connect with our partners. We've had those situations where we just can't seem to connect with our partners. And I love learning by doing. So you don't have to experience some of the heartaches that life throws at us in relationships. Okay, so feminine energy coaching. So let's start with mindset mastery. Our mindset is the lens through which we see the world. It dictates our reactions or beliefs, and ultimately it shapes our reality. A mind dominated by constant doing and pushing can lead to burnout and anxiety, and I'm sure we may have often experienced these in our day-to-day life. And it gives us a feeling of being disconnected from the world or disconnected from ourselves. We feel like we're constantly running on a treadmill, trying to keep up. And if you love to exercise like myself, treadmill, the day that we have to do the treadmill is not normally the best days. So I know many people can relate. So we need to embrace our feminine energy, as this is the key to shifting this mindset. It starts with giving yourself permission. Give yourself permission to pause. That's something that we find hard to do. But we need to give ourselves permission to pause, to receive instead of always giving, to be present instead of always planning the next move. I like to call this the power of the pause. And this is necessary even in non romantic relationships. We have to learn to say thank you and genuinely mean it instead of always trying to reciprocate. We have to learn to say thank you. That's something that is sometimes hard for many of us to do, but it's something that we need to learn to try to do. So, sometime this week, I want you to try these steps. When you feel overwhelmed or rushed, I want you to stop just for 60 seconds. Close your eyes and take 3 deep, slow breaths. Don't try to solve the problem that's in front of you. Instead, ask yourself this simple question: what do I truly need in this moment? What do I truly need in this moment? Feminine energy coaching embraces intuition and empathy. You learn to cultivate self love and awareness and shift your mindset for ultimate success. This is the reason I chose to become a feminine energy and mindset relationship coach. Okay. All right. So we need to learn that it's not about finding a solution, an immediate solution. It's about connecting back to our inner wisdom or intuition. And it's that intuitive feeling, that gut feeling that we know we always have that gut feeling. That is our feminine energy that is speaking directly to us. So the more you listen, the louder and clearer it becomes. This is the first step in mindset mastery, tuning into your own internal guidance system. Now, let's talk about how this transforms our relationships. Feminine energy approaches relationships differently. It thrives on connection and empathy. It creates a safe space for vulnerability. And being vulnerable is something that most persons find a little difficult because we don't want to be seen as weak. But being vulnerable is important for our growth. So instead of jumping to fix the problem or just keep doing and doing, because vulnerability allows you to understand. It gives you the ability to simply sit with someone in their emotion, to hold space for them without judgment. So it's important to let others know that you hear them. So simply sitting with someone in silence and saying, I hear you and mean it, allows you to connect with others. So in our relationships, whether with a partner, a child, or a friend, masculine energy often shows up as a problem solving, right? So someone we love is hurting, and naturally, our first instinct is to fix it, right? We want to offer advice, create a plan, and try to manage the situation. I know personally, I have been guilty of this many, many times. I'm sure many of us have been guilty as well. But I have learned to step back and see how I am showing up in this moment, or wait to see what is needed from me at that time. So we need to make that distinction, to step back from the situation, see how we are presenting ourselves, or simply what is needed from you in that moment. So while it's well intended, it can sometimes make the other person feel unheard. Think about a time someone truly, truly listened to you. They didn't interrupt, they didn't offer unsolicited advice, they just made you feel completely seen. That is the power of receptive feminine energy in action. It builds trust and intimacy on a profound level. When you lead with empathy, you foster relationships that are not just functional, but truly thriving. When you truly embrace feminine energy and make it an important part of your life, your outlook on life changes. You become more self confident and you exude it throughout your body. This same principle is a game changer in leadership. Okay, right. Okay, okay, okay. So unlocking feminine energy. So as leaders, as strong feminine women, we we learn to manage people, right? So we have to learn how to be in our feminine energy. We need to learn to lead with intuition, and we need to sense the unspoken dynamics in a room. We all know about the unspoken language. We need to sense that because when you're in your feminine energy, it fosters collaboration. So knowing that the best ideas doesn't always come from one single person at the top, but from a group of persons. So you have to use empathy to understand, and you have to use this to motivate and challenge members in your job and in your family. This allows you to create a psychological safe space where people can feel empowered to take risk and be innovative. So a few years ago, I coached a senior executive, and she was brilliant, driven, and highly respected. But her team turnover rate was very, very high, and she felt constantly exhausted. She was operating almost entirely out of her masculine energy, pushing projects, hitting deadlines, hitting targets, and solving every problem herself. So we worked together to help her tap into her feminine energy, and this allowed her to start holding weekly check ins with her team that weren't about project updates, just weekly check ins, random conversations. And this allowed for connection. She began to delegate more, and she began to trust her team to find their own solutions. Because when you delegate, you have to allow persons to fall and to fail and to find a solution. So instead of providing all the answers, she started to ask powerful questions, which led to powerful answers. So her transformation was astounding. Her team's engagement skyrocketed. Innovation increased because people felt safe to share their ideas. And she felt more energized and fulfilled in her role than ever before. She didn't become a weaker leader, as many persons would have thought. She became a more whole, a more effective, and more magnetic leader. She learned to balance the drive to achieve the wisdom to connect. So the this is the power of unlocking your feminine energy. Okay. So a journey for growth. This is not about abandoning ambition. It's about fueling it in a more sustainable, authentic way. Your feminine energy is your source of creativity, your wellspring of resilience, and your compassion to connect. So, how do you connect? How do you continue to cultivate this energy beyond today after this session ends? So, there are three ways. First, embrace receptivity, practice receiving compliments without deflecting them. Allow others to help you and create space in your calendar that is unscheduled simply for you to just be. Just be. And number two, connect with your creativity. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be a painter or a musician. Creativity is about bringing something new into your world. It could be how you arrange your garden, or how you approach a problem at work, or how you tell a story to your child. It's anything that brings you peace and joy. That's the part that you need to nurture. So nurture that part of you. And third, Prioritize self compassion. This is something that we sometimes find hard to do, but we have to learn to prioritize ourselves as well. The feminine nurtures, and that must include nurturing yourself. So speak to yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. When you make a mistake, see it as a lesson, not a failure. We need to understand that that mistakes are not failures, but they are lessons to learn for our growth. So, unlocking the power of your feminine energy is a journey of coming home to yourself. It's about integrating all parts of who you are, your strength and your softness, your ambition and your empathy, your doing and your being. So, simply just being is important. Okay. Okay, great. So, unlocking the power of mindset. So, by mastering your mindset to embrace this beautiful, beautiful energy, you would not only transform your own life, but also elevate every relationship you have and redefine what it means to be a leader in this world. You will move from simply succeeding to truly thriving. So your impact on the world becomes positive as you embrace a growth mindset. And I'm sure we have heard about growth mindset and fixed mindset and what is the difference between each and which is the best one to have. When you embrace your feminine energy, this becomes natural. You will learn how to have a growth mindset to move from a fixed mindset. You learn how to trust yourself and lean onto others. So, having a growth mindset and embracing feminine energy is important for your growth. Okay, so a journey of growth. So, with a journey of growth, you learn to build resilient relationships, and this lead to open communication and trust. Honestly express yourself in all areas of your life. You will be respected as you continue to grow on your journey of self mastery. The aim is to learn how to unlock this potential that is hidden within us. So, we need to learn from our challenges, we need to build resilience, and this also strengthens our support that we get from our family members and those that we love. This enhances our support system and builds our support system. Okay, I think I'm probably going back. One moment. Okay, great. So build resilient relationships. When you build resilient relationships, this leads to open communication and trust, as we said, and expressing yourself in all areas of your life that you can truly be respected. So, how can you achieve this? There are three simple steps in learning how to build resilient relationships. So, three steps, three simple steps, easy to remember: shift, harness, and build. Shift, harness, and build. So, shift involves shifting your mindset by reframing challenges and practicing gratitude. And harness involves harnessing your feminine energy by embracing vulnerability and self compassion. Remember earlier, I spoke about being vulnerable and the importance of learning to be vulnerable. It is not, it shouldn't be seen as a sign of weakness because it's not. It actually is a sign of strength. But because sometimes you don't understand what these words actually mean, but being vulnerable is actually a sign of strength. And third, build involves building resilient relationships through active listening and setting healthy boundaries. oftentimes we may struggle with setting boundaries, or setting boundaries and keeping those boundaries. So once we have built and set those boundaries, we need to work to keep the boundaries, because these will help strengthen us as individuals and help with our feminine energy. So let me go back. Okay. So I would love to help you on your journey of self mastery and unlocking your feminine energy. As I said earlier, this is something that is very close to my heart, learning how to embrace your feminine energy and being feminine in relationships. These are things that I talk about on my podcast or on my platforms. So let's connect on socials. So you can take photos or scan the QR code and connect with me. I also have a free 30-minute one-on-one coaching session if anyone is interested, where we can start the conversation. Or you can also join the Calling Coaching Facebook group for further support. So you can take a picture or just take the QR code and connect with me. I also would like to share I'd also like to share that I have okay, there we go. I have a upcoming 3-month program that promises to awaken feminine energy. So it's 3 months because it's a startup program that I want to do for my clients that I have. And month one, I just want to show month one. So month one speaks to reclaiming your feminine power. So you will learn how to connect with your feminine energy and learn how to embrace your authentic self. And one thing I should make clear, that feminine energy is not the same as feminism. We need to separate the two. Feminine energy is just about being and doing. Okay. Let's see. So that was month one. So month two, we learn how to shift our mindset for love and abundance, and you will learn how to reprogram your mindset to attract love, respect, and abundance in your life. And three, for month three, we learn how to attract and sustain fulfilling relationships. You will learn how to create and maintain healthy and balanced relationships. And this is on March 11 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the opening session. So, what the 3 month basically would entail is open to transform your relationship. It's a beginning stages of learning how to transform your relationships. And in this period, you will learn how to retrain your brain for success and happiness. That's something that I always ask my clients to ensure that they try to do, learning ways to retrain your brain. And when you're in your feminine energy, this allows you to learn to retrain your brain for success and happiness. So once again, I just want to share the links. I just want to share the links. Okay. Sorry. I just want to share the links for us to connect online, because it is my belief it's important to take a moment to reflect on where you are and how far you've come on your personal journey. You know, each step you take towards self discovery and balance is a step closer to living a life of fulfillment and authenticity. You need to remember that the path is not always linear, and it's okay to pause. No matter what no one says, it's okay to pause. It's okay to pause, reset, and continue at your own pace. So you need to honor your progress, celebrate your wins. Oftentimes we don't celebrate our wins, no matter how small it is. We need to celebrate our wins and use every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger and more aligned with our true selves. So the beauty of this journey lies in the continuous evolution, and it's yours to cherish every step of the way. So, by integrating mindset transformation, feminine energy, and leadership building and relationship building, you can unlock your inner power to thrive in any circumstance. So, thank you for having me. I'm very grateful to have been a part of this session. Thank you so much.
Much for the wonderful speech, Kalesha. And you have got a lot of hearts, likes while you are doing your presentation. And so many questions by the audience, but I will pick it out one question for you. Why is
Okay,
emotional intelligence important for leadership? This is a question asked by Amit Khanna. So yes, can I get the answer?
sure. Why is it important for leadership?
Yeah, why emotional intelligence is important for leadership? Yeah.
Okay, so a personal experience. So I'm feminine, right? Definitely, and I run my businesses. But for me, when I'm working, I'm in my masculine energy. And when I'm in my relationship, then I have to get back to my feminine energy. So having the emotional intelligence allows me to know when to switch. So when it's time to be a leader and I have to wear that cap, that's where my emotional intelligence comes in to say, Kalisha, it's time to work. But when
Yeah.
I'm home and in my relationship, Kalisha, it's time to relax. So emotional intelligence is important in every aspect of our lives, especially when it comes to our relationships and especially when it comes to our work, as if we are business owners. So we have to know how to change, right? When you're at work, you're one way. When you're at home, you're another way. So having the emotional intelligence, which takes time, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It helps you to have better relationships.
Thank you so much for explaining the importance of why is emotional intelligence is important for this leadership. Hope the person who have asked this question, I think they have received the answer from you. So thank you
Yes.
so much for joining and sharing your great presentation with Virtual Summit Day 3. So please do join our next sessions as well and encourage other speaker sessions as well. So our next speaker is already waiting in the lobby. So her name
Okay.
is Monica Hill. So please do join our session. Thank you and you
Thank
have
you
a good
so much. Thank you. Bye. Okay.